So before we start learning about expanding, we're going to begin by looking at a different model of algebra, a different way of viewing things, and it's called the cups and the straws model. Cups and straws model. So this model is a really useful visual way of seeing how algebra works. So you can kind of guess that in the cups and the straws model, firstly we have cups, and cups represent variables. So this cup here is representing x because a variable can be any number. So cups are variables, and if we have straws, these are just numbers. So here we have 4 straws, that's representing the number 4. So straws are numbers, and here we've got 4 straws, so that's the number 4. And this x cup here is just representing x. So if we write this, if we have this collection of a cup and 4 straws, this is showing the expression x plus 4. We've got our x term here and our plus 4 term here. So the reason that we use cups to represent the variables is because, as we know, variables can change their value. So if we say for x plus 4, let's substitute in a value for x. Let's substitute x equals 3. So in this case, we have our cup that's worth x, and we have our 4 straws, but we're substituting x equals 3. So that means the x needs to become 3. And to do that with our model, we're going to put 3 straws into the cup. And now we can count the total straws in this case. So the total equals 7. We've got 3 straws for x and 4 straws on their own. And if we look at the number sentence version of that, we had our x plus 4, then we substitute x equals 3, which equals, and remember with substitute we replace the variable with the number that we're deciding, or that we're substituting. So the x becomes 3, and then we're adding the 4 that we had originally. And 3 plus 4 is 7. So we can use the cups and the straws model and the number sentence model to help us see 2 different versions of algebra. Or the cups and the straws are helping us to visualize algebra. So let's look at another model. Another example. If we have 2x plus 7 to represent this with the cups and the straws, well, we know that 2x means 2 times x, and that means 2 cups, or 2 lots of x. So we've got 1x, 2 x's, and 7 straws. So now if we want to substitute in a value, let's substitute x equals 2 in this case. Now we need to put 2 straws in each cup, because each of the x's is becoming the number 2. And now we can count the total and see that we have 2, 4, plus our 7, which is 11 in total. And if we do the number sentence version of that, we've got 2x plus 7, and we're substituting x equals 2. So the x gets replaced with the 2. So we have 2 times 2, and it's good to use brackets here when we're substituting, plus our 7. And 2 times 2 is 4, plus our 7, which equals 11. So again, we can see the cups and the straws are really helpful for visualizing substitution. The next thing we can use cups and the straws for is for expanding. And expanding means removing the brackets. Because a lot of algebra terms or expressions, they start in a factorized form or with brackets. So if we have 2 brackets x plus 3, this is called a factorized form. Factorized because we've got one factor or one term multiplying by another term. Because even though we don't write it, remember a number in front of a brackets, that means multiply. So this is the same as 2 times x plus 3. And if we have one thing multiplying by another, they're 2 factors. So that's a factorized form. So when we expand, we want to remove those brackets. So expanding is to remove the brackets. And simplify. But we can't just take away the brackets from an expression. We need to understand what it actually means. So let's look back at our example from before. We have 2x plus 3. And this is where the cups and the straws is really helpful. So if we want to draw this expression with the cups and the straws, let's just start with the x plus 3. So remember, a cup is our x because it's a variable, and we have just the number 3, so 3 straws. But the 2 in front of the brackets, that means times. So we have 2 times everything in the brackets, which means we need to write or draw 2 groups of what we just had. So everything that we've just drawn, we need to draw again. Another x cup plus 3. So now we have 2 groups of x plus 3. We've got x plus 3 here and another x plus 3 here. So we're halfway to expanding, but now we need to group together the like objects. And we can see that the x cups are the same object, and all the straws are the same object. So if we group the straws together, we have 6 straws now, and our 2 x cups. So instead of having 2 groups of x plus 3, we have 2 x's and 6, the number 6. And this is the expanded form. Expanded form. Let's do one more example. If we have 4 brackets 5 plus 2a, again we'll use the cups and the straws to model this. So the first term in brackets has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus 2 A's, which means 2 times A. So we're going to need 2 cups to represent the A. A cup can be any variable. But now we have 4 in front of the brackets, which means 4 times. So we actually need 4 of this group here. So we'll need to draw another group of 2 cups, and another group of 2 cups, and another one. And then we had our 5 straws. We need another group of 5, and another one, and another one. And now let's group the similar objects. We've got 4 groups of 5, which is 20 straws, and 4 groups of 2 A's. So this is 8 A's in total, plus 8 A's. So that's the expanded form there.